On the first Friday of every month, the team at the local creative heads out to enjoy San Jose's Art Walk, and we always begin our evening by popping in to see our friend Genevieve Hastings. Genevieve is director of the Art Arc, a boutique gallery located in the Martha Gardens Arts District, just south of the SoFa area in downtown San Jose. The Art Arc exhibits artists who seek to engage and educate the public, featuring 2 residencies per year, as well as collaborative exhibits like the one in this week's episode. An artist herself, Genevieve's work features innovative and interactive installations that explore consciousness and memory. Her work has been featured at Santa Cruz Museum of Art and History and SOMARTS San Francisco, among others, and she is a recipient of the prestigious Murphy Cadogan Award. Genevieve is always such a gracious host when we drop by. We decided to reciprocate and invited her over to our studio for a fireside chat about her work at the gallery. Welcome, Genevieve.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely my pleasure. Our pleasure, I should say. Genevieve, what exactly drew you to art, and what was the first passion? What was the first thing that really stuck to you?
It was after taking a neuroscience class, actually. I was studying perception and how our brain processes sensory information, and I was really interested in the sense of smell. So one of my first installations, I actually started as a photographer, which was this very bizarre thing. I was taking photographs in these abandoned places, and it wasn't so much the photographs or the end result. That wasn't what was interesting to me. It was the fact that I was in these places and this element of danger and the smells that were, present. I was like, wow, this is way more interesting than just like making art and putting it on a wall for me.
How does being an artist affect how you direct other artists at the gallery?
That's a great question. I definitely have more leniency for change. I think things, as I mentioned, evolve, and the more freedom you can give an artist, the more freedom they have to improve and make their vision a reality.
After a brief water break, we decided to head down the street and continue the conversation over at Art Arc, so we could immerse you in the exhibit with us. All right, so back again.
Back again.
Tell me about the show. What caused you to decide this exhibit? Why film and photo, and what drew this?
My thought was to do something about photography. Personally, I was a photography major and in my undergrad, and the elements of photography that I really connected with weren't necessarily, it wasn't the final product, it wasn't the image itself, it was really like the exploration of space and movement, and so in all of these artists' work I saw some kind of element that they really took photography or some kind of element or process or material and really made it their own, and it was very inspiring. So that's sort of what tied everything together.
Well, I feel like a lot of your gallery exhibits have been about process. Like that's definitely a big part of your theme.
And interactivity, like those boxes you are meant to pick up. There's things that are like meant to be touched in this show and things that are meant to be, the Oracle Station.
You call this the Oracle Station?
Well, so she did an Oracle deck. It's basically her version of a tarot deck or something. Okay. And so she's going to be sitting and reading your cards, doing like a layout like you would read somebody's tarot card.
So is it tarot? I've never heard it pronounced tarot before.
So I've heard it pronounced every different way, and my friend is teaching a class, and he informed me that it is tarot, not tarot. So okay. I don't know.
Fair enough. And that brings us to the only other piece that we can see on camera at the moment, which is this shiny, chaotic ball of hate, which I've been calling it earlier. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, it reminds me so much of so many elements of film and horror and the evil ball from Fifth Element and all sorts of things. I think the artist has done an incredible job with this. It just draws me in and I want to stare at it. And you've said you've caught it staring at you.
Yeah,
actually.
oh yeah. I have had to move it around several times. I'm like, uh-oh, it's watching me.
tell me a little bit about this.
So it's titled 25 Horror Movies, which is just wonderful. And it's VHS tape, and the artist, Joshua Solis, has kind of woven them together and then melted them. So it's this amorphous blob that's like, it's inky black and just sucks you in.
There are layers, and you can see it, like it reflects light, but in such a dark and I don't know, just insipid way. It's fascinating, and I love it, and I'm glad it's here. And we're gonna get some great footage of it so we can show you. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for this particular episode. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything that you would like to tell our audience out there?
Please join us for First Friday. I can't wait to see your beautiful faces.
Me too. I'm here almost every single First Friday, not just for the wine, but I mean it helps. The art is always amazing. Genevieve is always gracious. So thank you again. I hope and expect to see all of you out here at First Fridays as you can, as we are opening back up. Thank you for watching. I have been Christopher Denise, and this has been The Local Creative. I know, I'm like, normally you would never touch the art gallery. Right?
You're behind the scenes. You get touched up. That's literally the only reason I got into doing art install work is because I would stand at galleries, like at museums, and I would want to see inside the back room. I'm like, what's behind this curtain? Like, oh my gosh, I want to touch it. And then I got into art install. I was like, oh, I can touch everything. This is great.